Yellowstone National Park.
There's a whole soundtrack for Yellowstone. Yeah, the waterfalls, the elk, mating calls, bear. I mean, everything you could possibly think of. The wind through the grasses. Welcome.
Hey. Hey. How's it going?
Remember us, the Untitled Boys, minus a few, but here we are, live again.
Now that you got those chill vibes.
I think we need nicknames like Nick the.
We all need nicknames.
Or Jack Attack and Dill the Hogasog.
Let's not start
Jay
that.
Leezy. Okay. Well, it's a little bit more fun than just Justin, Nick, Dylan, and Jack.
J-Hog.
Hey, but we're back for another week, and we've got some stuff we want to discuss. You know, I'm going to be a rapper because I got nothing but rhymes and grind. Sorry, guys.
Trying to get viewers here.
Yeah, well, yeah. Cool. Well, we're going to start off, as always. We always start with music and discussion around some of our favorite artists. Again, some releases that we're super excited about. A lot of music happening in Minneapolis, a lot of music happening just in the world in general. But we want to bring up some topics and artists that we are super inspired by. Mm-hmm. I think Dylan was going to bring up some of the first stuff.
Yeah. Well, let's start with the radio station. Hello.
Entitled Radio.
Yeah.
Oh, Dylan, you got to push it to the right there. You got to move it right on over.
Yep.
Let's see here. But what are a couple of the artists that we're going to cover today?
BROCKHAMPTON, a little bit of 88 Rising.
It's a collaboration between people like Joji, Rich Brian, and I don't know the other members.
Higher Brothers.
Cool.
More well known.
Well, as Dylan pulls up the Entitled Radio, let's talk about, Jack, you were mentioning some people you added to the Entitled Radio playlist. Who are some of your favorite artists that either release new music or you're listening to currently?
Me and Dylan both posted some stuff on BROCKHAMPTON, which was pretty dope. The two new singles, the 1998 Truman and then 1999 Wildfire. Those are the two new ones. I mean, I don't know about the songs though or not, because I know the guy got kicked out of the band. I don't know his name, which one he was, but I know he was one of the bigger ones.
Amir?
Yeah, something
Wasn't
like
he
that.
like the singer, the main singer?
There's like 7 of them.
Yeah,
like the
so
main
if
vocalists.
you look here,
there you go.
that's
guy.
actually a picture of him.
That's him right there.
Oh man, he's on the cover.
Yeah, he was on the cover of Saturation 3. And yeah, so he exited BROCKHAMPTON, but these are the first couple songs that they've released since he left. Yeah. And I like them. I think they're really good.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about BROCKHAMPTON? That all went down right before Soundset. So they didn't show up to Soundset
because of that.
Because of that, and the whole Me Too movement or whatever. That's why it's so important. Such an interesting time for that to happen, which is crazy. But yeah, right before Soundset, that's when it happened.
Soundset is like cursed in that respect.
Losing artists every year.
Honestly.
Every year.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But yeah, that was just so crazy. I couldn't believe it when I read it that they just happened to be performing at Soundset this year, and the night of, literally the night before,
the day before,
they kick out their main person. Yeah.
They're like, they're no longer performing.
They probably waited. Like they probably knew it beforehand, or.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
for sure.
It was funny because everyone was so worried about the Migos not showing up because they were like the main headliner.
It's not the Migos, it's just Migos.
The Migos.
Did they show up?
All three of the Migos.
They showed up, but everyone was tweeting, so what's the deal with Migos?
But they weren't the headliner. The Logic was the headliner.
Yep, Logic.
Right.
Which
but
is
a lot
dope,
of people
by the way.
wanted to
Oh my
see
gosh,
Migos.
Logic was so
He's
good.
got 40 unreleased projects, dude.
Yeah, well, so does every other rapper.
Well, him and Six, his producer Six, they make so much stuff together at all times. So
Gotcha.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Logic's on the upswing. Like, he's doing so much more, like playing, performing, and just writing music and stuff.
Well, now he got a divorce from his wife,
Wasn't
so he has
he
more
gonna
time to
quit
do
music
music.
at one point?
Man.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
I did not see
when
that
you don't have a
happening.
bay, you just make music as your
I
bay.
guess.
All right, so we got
What else?
Brockhampton. The other thing I added to the playlist, Midsummer Madness. That's just the main track off of this new album from 88 Rising. So 88 Rising is a music label that kind of just started from the sky. He was a part of a different music label.
It's based out in, I think it was not Japan. It's mostly
Is it China?
no,
Korea.
it's Asian descent, but it's we have Joji, Rich Brian. It's kind of like a label to kind of promote these really talented artists and bring them to the spotlight and the mainstream.
Yeah, so this album is like, it's mostly all summer music that is pretty approachable for anybody who's never listened to any of these artists before, compared to the stuff that they make individually. But
I wouldn't say Joji's approachable right away.
Yeah.
It's a little bit heavier than, even
Very
like-
emotion driven, yeah.
music for college dudes. For
Speaking
most
of
college dudes.
emotion.
College
driven.
bros.
You put Juice WRLD on there as well. He just performed at where's the Myth last weekend.
Yes.
He came out of nowhere. Apparently, his music has a genre to it. It's a theme. Have you listened to his songs before? It's all about
No.
it's like a breakup with one girlfriend. But like it's really relatable lyrics to people, so people can like listen to it and kind of like, oh yeah, I can, I mean, his music's good, the lyrics are good.
Yep.
He has a kind of different style than what we're seeing today.
So he performed at the Myth, and one of my coworkers actually went.
Mhm.
He said the sound was pretty good, the crowd was pretty hype, like mosh pitting and stuff, but it still could have been better. Apparently he only performed for like 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And the openers.
That's short.
Yeah.
Seriously.
The openers.
That's what rappers do. Like we saw Post Malone at
right.
Somerset. He was
Quick.
on for like 30
In
minutes.
and out. No.
He was so
Yeah.
drunk.
And they're always
Isn't he always?
And apparently, there's a
Stay
story
awake,
going
stay
around
awake, stay awake.
how Juice WRLD is apparently 28, but the Interscope changes age to 18.
You were talking about that,
He's
yeah.
not. He was born in 1990, not 1998.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's older
That's
than
my
18.
brother's age.
Now
crazy.
it's making me think like rappers like Lil Xan. He's apparently 21. That kid looks like he's like 17 or 18.
He looks really young.
He's
Yeah.
definitely like even. I mean, they say what's his name? Lil Pump. He's 17.
Little Pump
he's
does
like 18.
not look 18.
He's a Harvard
no way.
dropout, but he's 17.
No way.
He's not a Harvard dropout. He dropped
That was
out
a
of high
rumor
school.
to hype him up.
Okay,
believe
but
it?
so
He didn't go to Harvard.
No.
Juice
he
WRLD
dropped-
released this new song with Lil Uzi Vert, so that's pretty cool. I mean, I wouldn't say Lil Uzi Vert is like a veteran at this point. He's still like on his come up, I'd say.
No, he's made it.
He's been around for a couple
He's
years.
syndicated
He's
for
made
sure.
it.
He's as big
syndicated.
as
He's made it.
He's as big as Future.
He's made it.
Anything
But
he puts out's gonna be a banger.
I'm just saying, like, it's cool to add legitimacy to your name if you can feature someone like Lil Uzi Vert.
Or 6ix9ine with
Fifi.
Nicki Minaj.
Okay, yeah. See, here's his
Yeah,
album.
I like that song.
Lil Uzi Vert's the only feature on his entire first album, like first studio album.
Juice WRLD.
Yeah, wasted featuring Lil Uzi. So I didn't even know that, but that's kind of interesting.
I was
He kind of looks like he's
Definitely a message.
living underneath Lil Uzi Vert's like tutelage.
Well, you have to listen to his
He
music.
looks a little bit. I mean, they all kind of look like that now.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Face
heard him
tats,
first
crazy
on
colored hair.
Sirius XM before he even had a Spotify. Like, honestly, about 3 months ago, he came up on Sirius XM, and I searched for him on Spotify. He wasn't even on there. He was on, you had to go on YouTube or SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So he's definitely making his name heard.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool that he just played a show here. Sounded like it was a decent show.
Where did he play at? Where was it?
At Myth.
Oh, it was at the Myth? Oh.
So I'm
Hate
sure it
the
was
Myth.
packed and people were moshing and everything, but
Yeah.
sorry for popping.
The Myth can be good depending on what show you go to. We went to see Odessa.
Ugh, the best show
That
I've
was
seen in months.
one of the best
maybe the
shows.
year.
Yeah, so do you guys want to talk about X Games a little bit, the artists you saw,
Oh, for sure.
kind of what the experience was like?
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely. So I went to X Games. Nick joined me on Friday night, which was really cool. Cascade was a performer at night. Brother Ali, Ice Cube on Saturday, and then on Sunday, Zed Play, which was a killer show. Let's just start by saying the Armory is by far like the most best, I don't know, just place to be. Like the venue is great, the atmosphere is awesome.
It attracts bigger artists too because it's such a bigger stage, bigger venue than anything else in Minneapolis.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a more refined Myth.
Yeah, it's Myth is a fucking trash heap. Sorry
compared
for
to
that.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay.
Myth would be like a rung lower in terms of the amount of people that could be there.
Right.
But
totally.
It's like in between First Ave and Myth and like Target Center.
The thing is, I've been noticing that the sound system at the Armory, it's great, but if you go to like Skyway or the Myth, it's a tighter space, so the music has more of an oomph to it.
Totally.
It's louder and it feels louder, but
right, like towards the back of the Armory.
It's even in the front.
It's like loud. It's not loud enough to talk.
It's not as like impactful. If you're gonna go to an EDM show,
sure.
you're gonna go for the bass and the crazy sounds. And Skyway's perfected that to the point where
absolutely
you have to wear earphones, earplugs every single time.
Right. I think they're still working on refining the sound, but also it's such an open space that it's tough to kind of control some of the sound at the Armory. But
they're probably
it's all
scared.
cement and all that stuff. It's pretty damn open.
From what it was,
it's kind of hard to contain that sound
if
and
they
reverberations.
Put, like, a festival, if you've ever been to just like an EDM music festival, like the speakers they have are massive. If they put those inside of the Armory, it would blow the windows off.
Seriously.
Like I think they have to be careful because they have a lot of power.
Totally. Well, Friday night, so Cascade played, and I saw so many posts about how Cascade in that show was like one of the best in Minneapolis like this year. Like people were just vibing out, like having like a really good time. It was like a big party. Like I had a really good time, and just seeing Cascade, I haven't seen Cascade, was a lot of fun.
Definitely wasn't sold out though.
Wasn't sold out, and actually on Zed on Sunday there was more people,
really?
Which I thought there'd be less
people on Sunday. Because when we went to Seven Lions, that was packed,
huge,
like massive. Like
that was like the first show, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that was crazy.
Totally. I didn't see Ali and I didn't see Ice Cube, but as always, it looked like from pictures, Minnesota came out for those shows. Some background, we did X Games last year and did media. Jack and I were fortunate enough, and Dylan showed up to be on the field, taking photos and videos and stuff like that, working with ESPN. It was awesome.
First time inside US Bank Stadium.
Yeah, for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it was so cool.
And now they're talking about the X Games like being permanently held in Minneapolis, which would be super cool.
Well, such a good thing that having the Armory down, you can do those things like Cascade and Zed, and you just walk down 2 blocks and you're already at the festival thing instead of having to go somewhere totally separate or having to deal with the everyone around watching X Games and then having to figure through all that, go to the actual event like right there.
Yeah, it was cool to have it outside, but it was awesome because the Armory is a great venue, right?
It worked out well last year because the weather was nice that they had it outside. So yeah, last year they had Flume and Atmosphere.
I think that was that.
And I'm not. Yeah,
there might have been
sure if there was a third artist.
They had Flume, and I think I don't know who else was there, but
yeah, it was
there was a third. Wasn't it a rock artist?
It was Atmosphere,
Flume, and I don't remember. But it was awesome. But
yeah, so when Flume was performing, I was able to just bike. I had just moved into my apartment basically across the river. I biked over there and listened to the music outside for free, even though I didn't have a ticket.
Yeah, but we were inside, Nick and I, and having a grand old time.
You guys were.
But
you got lucky.
So this year we didn't do media, but we still were able to go and enjoy for free, which is great. We have a good relationship with people, actually the IT department at US Bank Stadium, but also ESPN. We worked with them last year, so we continue to have those relationships. And not to mention the Armory. We've worked with the Armory on live streams, and we're going to look at some videos. So if you haven't been downtown, like the Commons, the Armory, that's like side of downtown Minneapolis is popping. Like apartment buildings are going up.
It's a nice area too.
It's like a beautiful area.
It doesn't feel, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like you have Skyway, it's like kind of iffy.
Yeah.
But it's just in a perfect area.
Yes. Like it's up and coming. I'm super excited. I live right there. It's amazing. Great space to be. But cool. Yeah. So what else on music? Do we have any more artists that we wanted to talk about? Or
well, we really only touched on 88 Rising, but I think everyone should go listen to that album. There's a couple good songs on it. Just see what you think. It's definitely a unique style of music, but
cool.
Yeah, lots of young new artists out there releasing new music these past couple weeks. It's all on the Entitled Radio if you ever want to listen to it.
Yeah, for sure. Nick, do you want to just talk a little bit real quick about the Entitled Radio, why we're doing what it is, and what it is for everyone to listen and consume?
Yeah, Entitled Radio is just a collaboration between all of us. It's just technically it's a collaborative playlist. We just add our favorite songs we've been listening to. Right now it's up to about, I think it's like 70 songs so far. I don't really have we just kind of post stuff if we listen to it, and you kind of want to save it. I already have too many playlists as it is, but this one kind of it's a nice way to just see what everyone else is listening to, and if you guys want to see what we're listening to, I guarantee you'll like it. It has a taste of everything. It has, just check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Entitled Radio.
Search it on Spotify. It's public, so you can check it out. These guys add music all the time, and yeah, it's just what we're listening to, what's in our ears. So cool. Well, before we move on to the next part, I just wanted to put up this really awesome. Look at this fisheye, you guys. What do you think of that? That's a good camera angle. You know, we're videographers, so live from Entitled. Yeah, that's cool stuff. But we wanted to try something cool. You can see a little bit of our studio space. We're working on it. There's this huge room back here that's a big mystery, but we're not going to talk about that quite yet. We have a couple weeks out until we can kind of release that space. But
happen?
fisheye.
What's back
Fisheye. Hashtag fisheye. Oh, back there?
Yeah.
Well, instead of talking about music, we're going to hear music live in front of our faces.
Oh, boy.
Ooh. Wicka, wicka, wah, wicka, wah.
Still not getting it. You're going to have to.
No, I think we're going to have like Skrillex performing here next week.
He's
Also,
back in town, dude.
Led Zeppelin. That was a
Robert Plant just...
We're going to book Brockhampton and they'll cancel last minute.
Hell yeah.
Hasn't happened before. No, but check that out. Fisheye, you know. Okay. So yeah, let's go into the next section a little bit more. Dylan, this is a technology conversation that we've had. We're trying to design this podcast to be music, technology, and then updates from Entitled, also in the news. But we've got some cool stuff from technology that we wanted to chat about. So Dylan, what's the first topic that you saw that you want to bring up?
So this one is about 3D printed guns. So a little background on this story. So
Full screen it.
I went to school basically for 3D manufacturing and computer manufacturing. So this story is of particular interest to me. But years ago, in like 2013, this guy named Cody Wilson, he's the head of this company called Defense Distributed, released prints online for this gun called the Liberator, and these files are downloadable for anyone to be able to recreate this gun, this weapon, in their own home if they have a 3D printer. Also, Defense Distributed sells schematics for lower receivers for AR-15s.
Oh gosh.
So you can make those in your house. You can buy all the parts for an AR-15 online, except for the lower receiver, which is where all the mechanic, just how the gun works. So as part of this new
Initiative,
it's the result of a lawsuit. Basically, they settled on allowing these prints to be distributed online, and allowing anyone to use them. They worked with the Second Amendment Foundation to gain this ruling, and it took a long time. They took them down days after he originally posted them, and they've been in a legal battle with the government ever since.
So
go ahead.
Let's go over some pros and cons over this.
Well, Dylan, real quick, why is this important? Like, why is this relevant?
So the reason it's important is this reason right here. It's called ghost guns. And that means guns that don't have a serial number or are registered with the government, basically, which is how guns are regulated.
Like traced and everything.
If you have illegal guns, it's illegal to have a gun that doesn't have a serial number, basically.
So it's like a loophole?
So it's technically not legal for them to own these guns, but it is legal for them to manufacture them.
So it's a loophole.
It's like a weird black hole of...
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So the implications for this could range anywhere from current gun control laws going out the window because anyone can make them in their own home, or to the other extreme, which would be the government limiting any kind of, sharing of this kind of information online. But if you can share it online, you could share it with anyone personally, and they would have access to it. You know what I mean?
I just think this is almost like a backward step in terms of active gun control and just being a little bit safer. I feel like this is like a step backwards. It's free range for anyone. You have to have a printer, of course, but it's how long is this gonna fly? I don't know.
The assumption is that people can't make guns in their homes already. You know what I mean? That you have to go through one of the legal registered manufacturers to even get a gun. But people can make guns in their own homes. It just takes a lot of money, equipment, and you have to be registered with the government to be making firearms.
And this trims the fat, so you can just download a schematic and print it on your...
And you got a gun.
Is this not an eventuality though? Of course this kind of thing would come around. In the age of the internet and being able to share this kind of information instantly with anyone, of course this kind of thing would come about.
I mean, you can already download schematics for any sort of product you want.
I feel like you've already seen the problems happen now. If you're not going to see it in the future, because you can buy these things anywhere you want, and you can make these things and find them online, no problem. So I feel like if people really actually want to do this, they might have already done it. But I don't know. I guess I don't know.
I don't think the Supreme Court or like Congress is ready to make
no
legislation about
there's
this
no
kind
legislation
of thing
about
yet,
current technologies.
Right.
So
it's going to be
stop
several
people from
years
doing
until
that?
these kinds of things are regulated.
Yeah.
So people need to be talking about it.
I think I understand the impact of freedom of information. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we should be able to consume whatever technology that is available to us. I'm just not sold that it's a great idea to be able to print your own gun. Like,
Right. I'm not either. I don't necessarily think it's a good thing, but I think it's something that people need to be aware of in the context of the gun debate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it needs to be in the gun debate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, it's a constitutional right to own a gun. I get it. But to print one in your own home, that's a whole different concept.
That's different, yeah, absolutely.
We'll have to cross this territory at some point, though. I just don't think it's caught up yet.
Well, and it's not like people have 3D printers in their houses or homes. It's not an appliance. I mean, it could be, but not yet or soon.
And they're expensive, yeah.
So this Defense Distributed, they sell a machine that allows you to create these parts in your own home too. So that's another thing that's included as part of this open source information, is they are allowed to sell this on their website.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you know if they're able to actually make special modifications for guns that already are available? So if you have like a M16 or something like that, can you modify it with 3D printed parts? Because I know you can't modify guns to make them from semi to automatic, whatever the whole thing is.
Right, it's illegal to make a semi-automatic rifle into an assault rifle, an automatic one.
Because they probably won't sell you the parts specifically to modify it yourself, but if you can print them, then I guess that's a whole other problem.
You can print a lower receiver for an AR-15, which
crazy.
would be a semi-automatic.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But why?
I
Why do I need a semi-automatic
AR-15? Bringing it up is one thing, but advocating for it, it's I don't know. It's.
I think you're coming from advocating the open source idea.
Yeah, so it's about obviously the only other things you aren't allowed to download from the internet would be bomb making schematics or other kinds of weapons. But other than that, pretty much it's free reign.
But guns should be under that same assumption.
The scary thing is they're undetectable. They don't have traits, so how are you supposed to trace the weapon back to somebody who committed a crime?
It's not control.
Right.
There's no control.
Well, there's millions of illegal guns out there already.
Yeah, but this is going to increase that.
It's going to increase the amount, yes.
Which is not good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But then what is gun control if the amount of illegal guns is getting closer and closer to the amount of
what is gun control if you don't care about gun control? There needs to be more gun control. Own a gun.
No, another thing is that it allows access to people with a background that wouldn't allow them to buy a gun in the first place, or someone with a mental illness. It's I can't buy a gun formally, but I can informally print my own schematics and download my own gun. What are the implications of that? Not that they're going to go kill people, but it's it's an extra.
Can a law from the government or from Congress or from the Supreme Court stop anyone from downloading and printing a gun?
Yes, there should be control.
Yes,
there should be control.
But will it actually stop anyone?
If it's powerful enough, yeah. We haven't even.
Wait, Dylan, real quick. Do current gun control laws stop people from buying guns today?
They slow them down from buying them. Yes,
but
they limit the amount of people that can get them.
But some people who try to get a gun don't get a gun based on laws.
But example for Defense Distributed, they didn't allow them to post this stuff online. They claimed it was a violation, of the government. They made them take it down.
Okay.
And they just got this article is about how after 5 years they're now being allowed to post it open source and it's approved by the government. So where do we go from here? You know what I mean?
Restrictions,
if they're
laws,
allowing this,
requirements, mental checks.
I just think it's kind of like
background
a loophole
checks.
We already have an issue in this country, so why introduce something that's even further opening the gap of.
There should be laws that regulate it. There should be,
Absolutely.
but there's not right now.
That's the problem.
So they're approving them to go forward with this. So what does that mean? Until there's laws on the books that limit it or stop it, that it's just going to grow and grow.
It means somebody's irresponsible and it approves of people owning guns regardless of their background.
Right. Well, it's kind of like a cult of personality with the leader of this group, Cody Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
He is self-described. I think he said post-liberal anarchist.
Wow.
So he's a very interesting person.
Sounds like a really libertarian kind of situation. So
yes,
it is. I don't need the government to control my actions, so I can build my own weapon without approval.
Well, they're pushing the rules. You know what I mean? They're trying to see how this fits into the current rules. I'm not advocating for it necessarily. I just think open source is going to be huge in terms of the gun debate. Like, how can they actually stop it?
Yeah, there's no way of circulating that to the person who
There's
actually
always going to be the dark web.
There's no way. Yeah.
There's always a defense against gun control or climate change. Like, it's the same situation.
Okay, so if I own a 3D printed gun and I go kill somebody with it, I obviously it's murder, but like, do I get any laws or penalties for owning a 3D printed gun?
Yes, you would have for owning an illegal unregistered firearm. Yes.
Okay, so that falls under that
Absolutely.
category. Okay.
And
but if you get away, there's no way of tracking you or finding you at all.
Right. If you find the gun at the crime scene,
there's
who
no
am I
way
going
of
to tie it
tracking.
to?
Yeah, exactly.
Who sold it to who bought it from who?
It's crazy.
That's a crazy idea. Yeah, open source. Very interesting.
I was trying to think because I'm pretty sure someone has been killed with a 3D printed gun.
Even like airplane stuff going through like metal detectors and things like that. And like, how can they find those if you dismantle the pieces into separate luggage?
There's metal There's metal parts.
There's metal parts in it.
You can take it off a plane, rip something off.
Yeah,
the gun cannot fire without certain.
Yeah.
It could have rubber bolts though. I mean, that doesn't.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, anyways, that's very interesting.
But just on the topic of 3D printers, like that isn't something that I can see as a home appliance in the next 20 years. Like, I mean, for manufacturers, absolutely. Like, it's an easy and great way to make stuff, but like, it's not going to be next to my microwave making stuff.
Who knows? In
not
20
yet.
Years,
not
10
yet.
years. I think even 5 years.
You going to go buy a 3D printer in 10 years?
You can already go buy a 3D printer.
Are you going to do it as a home appliance?
A Glowforge?
I think it's going to be less than 10 years.
Oh, as a home appliance. We talked about this last podcast. It takes so much time for something to be consumer friendly to the mass market. Like, it takes so much time. Like, it's tough to say, but it'd be crazy if you could make your own plates, your own whatever, you know.
It does. It lets you do all that kind of stuff. It makes you do a drone. You can do like laptop cases, all that kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah, just normal stuff. You 3D printed your bottle cap opener, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, yeah, right now it's just plastic, and you can make a lot of different things. But yes, the real world application hasn't been fully like threshed out with it. So,
because where do you see them now? At like manufacturing reps and stuff?
Well, a lot of people do actually use them in their homes, whether it's for art or decoration, or even just making toys or just doing random projects.
Like, the plastic itself is pretty hard though. It's like threaded, isn't it? It's
done layer by layer.
Like that bottle cap openers, that doesn't look like it's gonna break.
Right.
No, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I don't have a 3D printer right now. I wish I did.
You had one.
Entitled does.
I did, but I made it by hand basically
really
out of wood.
You did, really?
in a class at school. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dylan's a little caveman. Hammer, hammer.
He used to bring it over to our house, and all of a sudden I just heard, and he like made like a bottle.
I made a shot glass. I made a couple things. But
it'd be crazy. We'll see what kind of regulations and what kind of government things they're going to do with that. I mean, it's so open.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Wow, we have a huge gun issue in America. Let's make it even worse.
That's what it sounds like with this kind of tech. Okay, so yeah, any more thoughts on that? I mean, anyone want to crack a joke or two? Maybe, try to be funny or funny looking?
No.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Well, the next subject that we have on the
Jeff
books
Bezos in the news.
In the news. Let me just take a look here. Dylan, what did you need? What? That's your screen.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Cool. So yeah, right now we're gonna jump into some current topics, and I think we're gonna start with
internet.
Yeah.
The internet in Minneapolis. No, it's cool.
That's fast.
Dylan, bring up the article. So what is so special about our precious hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota?
So, Minneapolis has been found to have the fastest mobile internet among all U.S. cities.
Why?
So...
Well, it's mobile. I thought it was just internet, because we don't even have fiber.
No, so Minneapolis does have public Wi-Fi, but that's not what this is about. This is so if you have a smartphone.
What's that?
A smartphone is any phone that, Justin...
If you're a smart boy, you get a phone. I don't know. You know what a smartphone is? Do I have to describe it?
I don't think you have to call them smartphones anymore, because
You work at the smartphone store.
Actually, can I share a fact that I learned the other day?
Yeah.
So there's no longer what we call cell phones. People still refer to smartphones as cell phones, but cellular technology is no longer a thing because of the networks. They're all using new technology. It's not based on cellular technology. It's kind of cool. So don't be calling your stupid iPhone a stupid cellular phone.
What's funny about phones though? It's not a need. It's a necessity now, isn't it? It's like a necessity now.
Right.
Like you need a phone to communicate. You need a phone to get to work. You need a phone to get a job. You need a phone to that's why everyone has one. No matter you ever look at that, like no matter what the socioeconomic class of someone seems like, they always have a phone. You need it to survive.
Yeah,
right.
It's
homeless people with an iPhone. Hipsters,
dude.
The jeans, but
iOS 11.
We're still training Nick on these mics.
What do you mean?
No, please stop. But yeah, you're right. Everyone needs one. But you know what's going to be the next thing?
But you need it.
Wearable technology. Wearable technology could be the most useful technology.
I was going to ask, doesn't the Apple Watch still use cellular?
Yeah.
Like they just released a cellular version. So
right.
how does that play into cellular going out the window?
The phone itself doesn't utilize cellular, from what I'm understanding. The technology is still called cellular, but technically the networks that you use, like 4G, 5G, all that, right. And correct me if I'm wrong, bash me online, I don't care, but I believe this is right, doesn't use a cellular technology, which is kind of cool. Cellular technology is like car phone, like truck phone.
Wearable technology, it's biometrics. You know how the Apple Watch kind of keeps track of your heart rate? There's new conceptual ideas that pretty much keep track of your blood counter. Like that's the future, is wearable watch that tracks everything in your body. Like
if you're gonna have a heart attack, all that stuff. Yeah. Well, I can honestly say Apple Watch has saved lives. Apple Watch has warned people about a heart attack. Being able to call 911 without your phone, like there's been so many circumstances and cases on that, which is cool. But again, it's this next step into singularity and how technology is going to play a role in our development, all that stuff.
What about like technology that is inserted inside of you?
That's hard.
Biohacking?
I feel that's a long ways
RFID
away.
or like chips into your skin.
Yeah. The topic is about Minneapolis having the fastest.
Okay, let's just talk about what's the why. Let's give us the 5 W's.
Yeah.
What, where, when, and why.
Who, what, where, when, and why? Okay, Dylan. Let's bring it up. Let's hit it.
So,
all right, get it.
Ookla.
Just get it.
It's a great app though. It tests the speed of your internet.
Yeah. So, for the first half of the year, St. Paul was in second place, followed by Fort Wayne, Indiana, San Francisco, and Irvine, California.
You sound like that.
Irvine?
And boom goes the dynamite.
Irvine, California.
It's Irvine.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was just
So,
yeah, why is this important?
This is great because Minneapolis is a growing city, one of the biggest in the Midwest, I'd say. It's a great place for business and for young people.
It's the way of the future.
What's your favorite restaurant in Minneapolis right now? Besides
Minneapolis.
Well, chances are it probably has great internet, you guys. Great Wi-Fi.
Wakame?
Dude, Wakame has the best sushi.
Me before 9:30? After 9:30? I'm doing smiley faces because literally you can buy, it's $20 for one roll, and then after 9:30 you can buy you can buy $44 worth of sushi for it's crazy.
And for our next segment, Nick is going to talk about our favorite sushi rolls.
Favorite sushi rolls is probably personally I think D-Hog can.
D-Hog is your favorite sushi roll?
Dylan can.
Wait, that is his nickname.
Let's say it on
D-Hog.
3. What was I going to say on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Crazy Monkey Roll. The Crazy Monkey Roll. Brought to you by Crazy Monkey Roll. Basically,
there's real crazy monkeys in this roll.
It's a fried piece of sushi that is deep fried.
God, dude, I'm gonna.
Yeah, and there's cream cheese in it, and it's awesome.
Dylan loves cream cheese.
Cream cheese, avocado, salmon, deep fried, eel sauce.
You just described your diet in one.
Yeah, dude.
Amazing.
No.
Deep fried wonton cream cheese.
You don't like sushi, Jack?
I love sushi, but not cream cheese deep fried. Whatever the fuck that is.
What's your favorite roll?
I like the California roll. It's
the
really diverse.
Oh yeah,
dude, straight up.
I like the spicy girl roll.
But so the internet speed in Minneapolis is really good.
I'm more of a Philly boy myself.
Is 10,000 megabits? Is that fast?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's that's the rate of Minneapolis.
It's 10 gigs.
Wait, megabytes per second, NP.
10 megabytes.
Mbps.
10,000.
Okay, yeah,
or
that's
10
a lot.
megabits per second.
Like right now, our upload speed on the stream is like 13.5 megabytes per second. So
honestly,
that's pretty good.
Top streamers only use like 10. You don't need a massive amount of upstream to get a good quality broadcast.
Right. You just need
so what's this
for 1080p.
What's this fiber stuff?
Google Fiber. It's like
what is it?
A gig or more internet speed directly. It's a wired.
So what do you do with it? Do you how does it work? Like what do you like? Is it
they install it into your house.
It's only in certain areas. They do it based on demand.
And from my understanding, it's CenturyLink partnering with Google, with other IPs
But it's
and
like
providers.
it's like a material though that they use instead of whatever everyone uses now.
It might just be the name.
Huh. I guess I don't know
super
anything
fast
about
internet.
No, they have to run fiber optic lines.
it. Okay, that's what I'm asking. Like I don't know what
it's
what
buried
kind
in
of
the ground.
material
They
it
run
is.
fiber
Oh, shit.
lines.
Okay.
It's usually a gig or more.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
crazy.
insane. Like that's like I don't think anyone really needs that. No one really needs a gig of download.
No,
time,
but it'd be great.
Unless you like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like
fast.
4K.
What's it called?
But in other countries,
wire?
they have that.
Yeah, like
they
South
have-
Korea is like that's just standard. Like they have the fastest.
And
internet.
North Korea.
What is it? Fiber wire? Is that what it
we don't
is?
speak about that. Jesus. Nick
You're done with the podcast.
Yeah,
Just get out.
need to
Just
not-
take your headphones off and walk out.
You need training wheels for that mic.
You need a big old windscreen, a windsock.
What about those barn swallows?
So optical fiber, so it uses light to transfer.
Yeah,
That's
right.
crazy.
So yeah, fiber. I guess that would refer
Travels at
to.
the speed
Yeah.
of light.
I always thought Google Fiber was just like a big cord that they stuck in your house.
It's Metamucil, and they make you drink it every day.
They're like, all right, sir, here's your fiber.
Pepto-Bismol.
They plug it right into your Tesla Powerwall.
I hate you guys.
Okay, now we're gonna talk about Tesla.
Google Fiber Tesla.
Okay,
So-
well,
Yeah.
real quick though, Tesla. Has anyone heard about Tesla in the last few days?
Mm-mm.
Well, Tesla just announced that they're asking for money back and refunds from some of their providers. So some of the people that are making the parts for Tesla they're asking for refunds, and that's a terrible sign typically for a company because that means they're cash strapped. Like they don't have enough cash purchasing power.
Right.
So
Like they overspent on production.
right, and so they want money back. But then Elon Musk is tweeting out, no, it's not the case. Trying to keep investors happy, but like Tesla needs to be profitable. Like
They're a newer company too. It's
like it's tough because like their investment, all the people that have purchased stock from Tesla have huge faith as we do because we love the technology,
Yeah.
love the
We
product.
want
The future.
But like they just don't have the cash purchasing power that would be nice at this point. But Elon is saying, hey, the next 2-3 quarters we're going to be profitable. Don't worry about it. But like the talks like tanked today. Like it went.
Well,
from,
he's just
like,
ensuring his
How many
investors.
points does it go down? Do you know?
I don't know exactly, but it didn't do
I'm gonna
very
look it up
well.
right now.
We
Yeah,
want
look it up.
Tesla to get. We want him to succeed.
Yeah,
and keep
Tesla
going.
is
So-
the hope for the future.
We talked about in past podcasts his very his crazy idea to make so many cars in such a short amount of time.
Mhm.
So that was the precursor to this new story where they need money back because they clearly overspent on production.
Didn't
which-
his donor who he donated money to, his political donations were leaked online,
Oh, I don't
and they
know.
were found to go to mostly conservative reps.
What about
I
it?
don't know.
I don't know, just thought it was interesting.
But so it's crazy because we talked about two separate stories that ended up coming together in our past two podcasts. We talked about Elon Musk and all the work that he does, but we also talked about the Thai cave rescue.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
So this also influenced Tesla's stock price because Elon Musk made the sub to assist in the Thai cave rescue.
Oh, he was a part of that? Did he do like generators or what did he do?
This is the controversy. So
They said he was a pain in the ass. They said get the hell out.
right.
Of it.
So
Why are you here?
a bunch of stuff happened.
Really?
Basically, the Thai cave rescue was going on. Elon was in talks with one of the main rescue people, and this guy was saying, we need your help. There's still kids stuck. Just see what you can come up with. So Elon, taking the initiative, got together his team of engineers, and they manufactured, tested, and approved a sub.
That's
that-
made out of like engine parts or like from like a rocket. Like there's some crazy tech there.
And it's shaped like a rocket,
Like a
too.
submarine?
Yeah.
A submarine.
Okay.
To put the kids in and
To
then
put a kid into and then save them from the cave. And they got it over to Thailand.
He was there.
And he was there. But they had rescued the kids. But remember, a diver died in the cave rescue.
mhm.
So
Navy
that's-
SEAL or whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Thai
there's
Navy
only a
SEAL.
portion of the cave that was water.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what
So
the
what did
heck?
they just drag it on?
They went deeper. They went deeper trying to find another entrance. That's why they were so deep in the cave. Because they went deeper trying to find new entrance.
But the controversy is like
Yes.
people like Tesla was like in the way. Like Tesla, why are you here? This is just for show. This is just to make people feel like Tesla's involved. But like, I think genuinely, it seemed like Elon and Tesla
He
was
was
trying
there.
to help.
Yeah, they were
like,
there.
and I agree with that. But at the same time, people were just like, it was just flashing fireworks.
Who
Like,
else? Who else went? What else? What other CEOs?
just a lot of governments, Trump was there. No, I'm just kidding. But like a lot of, U.S. government was there. A lot of different people. But yeah, Thai Navy SEALs led the charge. Britain Navy SEAls or SEAls, they were there too. That actually helped save the kids. So, but yeah, I thought it was interesting because the technology was cool. But
So yeah, there was this controversy that he should never have been there. Like, why was he trying to do a publicity stunt? I don't view it like that at all. But in his response to it, he called out like one of the guys who was being critical of him and said some stuff on Twitter. So Tesla's stock dropped basically from him trying to assist in the Thai cave rescue.
That's crazy.
That's crazy that those two stories came together, and now here we are a couple weeks later, and
they're all rescued. And
so much is they all got rescued safe and sound.
Was it Adam Chavez? Was that who he was talking to? No, the guy that Elon Musk was talking to.
One of the divers? Yes.
One of the main rescue people was communicating with him about getting this up there.
Real quick, one of the divers that was there was like he's not like a popular, it's just a normal dude, right? So he was getting calls from like Tesla and big companies. He's like, yeah, right, Tesla's not calling me and like all those things, but like, no, check your email. Like Tesla has emailed you, one of the main divers there, and was like, oh crap, like holy shit, like fucking Tesla's hitting me up to support with this initiative. Crazy. It's just crazy how that brought the world together for, you know, a short week until it's blown up based on other news. But yeah, no, that's really cool.
So yeah, Minneapolis internet. All right.
As always. Okay, so should we move on to something I'm super excited about? It's freaking cool that I rode today. Let's talk about this.
It wasn't me, that was you.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. I didn't even talk.
We need bigger wind socks. We're gonna get socked.
By the way, my shirt doesn't say, it says Triumph Motorcycles, not Trump Motorcycles.
Trump Motorcycles, the next thing since Trump steaks. No, but this is pretty cool. Yeah, so, okay, I was on lunch break today, and I just found out about this recently, but Minneapolis, like maybe a week ago, just started doing what we call like shared riding, but these are scooters. So, Dylan's already started, but...
Is this Lime?
You want to pause that so I can introduce this?
You can turn the audio down.
So what it is there's like, I don't know, 50 to 100 scooters that are in Minneapolis, and you can just ride them based on an app. So you just unlock them with an app. It's kind of like Nice Ride, if you've seen that. Oh wait, hold on, everyone's taking a vape break.
So they pay $1 initiation fee to unlock the scooter, and then 15 cents a minute for a ride.
Yes, exactly.
That's pretty crazy, though.
Are they
do you know how far they go?
So
electronic.
Okay, so that's another thing. I took them on lunch today.
Yes.
This one had 46%. They're electronic, 46%. I got all the way to the other side of Lake of Isles. I work in Uptown, and it died. And I'm like...
Did you pick up another one?
I was trying to, but there wasn't another one. And so I had to walk all the way back. So it lasted maybe 15 minutes on half a charge. But like, it's so much fun to just like pick a scooter up, unlock it, go ride downtown. They go like 15 miles an hour. It's fucking cool.
So when you leave it somewhere and
you just throw it in
when it's dead, you just like get off it.
Dude, so yeah, I just left the scooter on some public sidewalk and just started walking. Like, that's all you do.
I think that's what you do.
Yeah, you just leave it there, but it's supposed to be ride
share.
share.
Do they have ones around? Can you ride them around Bin Makasa?
How do they charge them back up? Does someone come by and like swap
that's
them?
the other thing. So I signed up to be a charger. So it's a part-time job.
No, you did not.
I totally did.
No, you did not.
Dude, you can make $60 charging 3 scooters overnight. Like $20 a scooter.
How long does it take you to charge?
So they charge maybe a couple hours, but the charge is only the same amount as an iPhone. So my electricity bill won't be that much up. But like, you can do, I was at home. You guys walk in.
You have so many scooters in your fucking apartment.
I have like 15 scooters plugged in. I'm sorry, move these over.
You just put them under your bed.
Dude, it's sick though. Like, you just charge them up, and then you go pick them up, and you have to.
The Skyline's like.
He's all covered in grease from the.
There's no grease or electronics.
Anybody need a scooter?
Charge.
But you have to go drop them off at the nests because they're called bird scooters. So there's like designated places that are called nests. I never drop them off.
This is crazy.
It's so cool. Like, I'm gonna do it. Like, you pick them up, you have to put them out by the morning, but like you charge them overnight. Fucking cool. By the way, LA has this. Baltimore has this. All these big cities have this.
It's the last city that needs it.
If you don't put them out in time, do they just start screeching like a bunch of mandrakes?
They actually do screech. They screech if you don't. See, these guys want to make jokes, but like this is the new wave of transportation.
No, that's entitled.
No, that's
awesome.
Speaking of our new,
but this one's called what?
This is called Bird.
Okay, there's another one called Lime too.
No, that's what it
just
is.
came out.
Lime is the company.
Lime S.
Yeah, but it's investors from Lyft and Uber, I believe.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Dylan, if you want to play this,
let's
video,
all become chargers. Let's all get like 100 scooters.
This guy made $600 in one night, charging like 20 scooters.
Dude, fuck production work. Let's just charge some scooters. We don't need to do any of that anymore.
And I'm in the heart of it downtown. Like, there's like 50 scooters right by me that
How
I
many
can just
nests
go
are
ride.
around you?
Dude, it's awesome. So I'm just gonna bring them inside, lug them upstairs, charge them at night. Like, dude, they're so sick.
You know, he gets on the elevator with like 10 of them. He's like, oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah.
There's like people,
What are those? You stealing those scooters there? Hey,
Don't touch that.
but people are comparing this to Pokemon Go. Like, get paid for Pokemon Go because you have to go track the scooters down.
Yeah.
And like go find them
Oh,
and then
that's
take them
annoying.
home and stuff.
Playing
But dude,
Pokemon
20
Go on a
bucks.
scooter would be
But
But is it
optimal.
specific scooters, or
Straight
do you?
up.
Is it like whatever scooters you can find?
It's the bird scooter, but yeah, there's.
Well, I understand
yes,
that, but like
any
if
scooter
like
that needs
if
a
one's
charge.
from like St. Paul that comes to like Minneapolis, like would you be like
It's
was
gonna
that your
be
job to
dead.
charge that one? If,
No, you can pick whatever.
Well, obviously, I'm just saying that if it so happens to get from there to here,
It's proximity. So like if it's around you, you go
it's like
pick them
stop,
up.
turn it around, like too
Like,
far from the nest.
You open up the. I should just open up the app. You open up the app.
Oh,
And
pothole.
here, this is what I'll do.
Wait, is it like a scooter though? Is it like you
It's
have
like this
handlebars?
right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
It's like
of
one
course.
It's like a razor scooter with cushy wheels.
How fast is it?
Okay, so I'm gonna open up this
He
app.
said like
It's got the spark
12,
stopper
13.
in the back too.
Okay, so
14
this
miles
is
an
the
hour.
bird app. Look at this. This is bird. And yeah, so this is my location.
You got a scooter, you got to pick up.
But look at this.
It's like
Doxing
Uber
us
with
right now.
straps.
Oh, there's one in Bloomington. There's one by like the airport. But
Someone scooter to the
That'd
airport.
be so fun to ride one of those around inside the airport.
oh,
How-
they're
they're
showing
not
up.
inside the airport. It's
That'd be
definitely someone driving it
crazy.
to the
see if I
airport.
can-
You could drive it on the walking conveyor belt and go like twice as fast.
See if I can get this to load. Yeah, dude, bring it to the airport. That'd be sick. But anyways,
What
yeah.
if you brought it with you on a plane to like a place where they have other ones?
Overhead bird storage.
Dude, they only last like 3 miles. They
I
take
gotta
it far.
store my bird.
Start squawking at you in the upper thing.
No,
Sir,
they,
sit down.
They squawk, dude. They do.
they do not.
Yes, if you try to steal it, like if you're not
Oh,
registered,
yeah.
they'll go beep, 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 beep. But also, if you're trying to move it without registering it, it goes. You know.
It freaks out.
Speaking of barn swallow over here, but yeah, no, it's the coolest technology.
Squeaks.
Real quick, Dylan, let's play that video.
Does it screech at you
so-
like a raptor?
So this is.
I like the man
This
drinks.
is
That's
me
good. It's a
me
good touch.
riding a bird scooter on lunch break today. Press play. Sorry for the shaky video. It's hard to ride and be a bird. It makes a screeching sound too. But yeah, this is by like, I don't know, Lake of the Isles or whatever.
It's going pretty fast though.
Yeah, dude, it goes like 15 miles an hour.
Dude, I want to try this out.
Isn't this dope?
Video to come soon of us all on bird.
Is there like a
A
little
gang.
bell?
We're the bird
What?
gang,
So like a
dude.
Yeah, there's a little bell. I didn't
The
do the
birds
bell.
of war.
But look, there's a
Boy
biker in
gang.
front of me. Look, there's a biker in front of me. You can see how fast she's going compared to me. And I'm just cruising, man. But yeah, it died halfway through my ride, and I'm like, well, what am I gonna do?
I think you can conserve battery by like pushing sometimes.
Yeah, probably.
What'd you do with it?
You have to push it to start.
Instead of just holding down
Where'd
the
you leave
throttle
it?
the
I
entire
just,
way.
I literally left it on the sidewalk. Like I left it on a sidewalk.
Anyone watching you do that, just like the scooter stops and you just like toss it and you just keep walking. It's like people are
Actually,
so
it was really
weirded
funny.
out.
My scooter died, and Cassie Braun was in a hammock right there, and she's like, "What up?" And I was like, "Oh, hey!" Like,
My
she's,
scooter
if you're
died.
watching, Cassie, sorry, that's what happened. It died, and I didn't know what to do, so I just left it there and started walking back to work.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, dude, but they're cool. This is like ride sharing. This is the future, man. Like sharing, you know,
Dude.
like
Why would you choose
vehicles
that
and
over
stuff.
one of the bikes though?
just because I don't want to bike. Being lazy.
Those bikes are heavy though, like seriously.
Yeah, they're not
We
fun
should do
bikes.
like a flash mob and get someone we know on every scooter in the city. And then
Track
just
down every bird in the
Oh my
be
fucking
riding
nest.
through downtown.
Dude, it was.
Make our own nest. Dude, that'd be
Anyway,
crazy.
you guys are gonna come over. We're gonna have an entitled meeting, and you guys are gonna come over. I'm gonna have like 15 scooters just in my apartment. Like,
Sorry, I gotta move
but
this
they
one
send
real
you a
quick.
charger. They send you a charger. It's $10 deposit on the chargers, and you can make up to $20, and you just pick them up, bring them in, charge them up.
Huh.
There you go.
$20 per scooter.
Yeah. Dylan's dad is watching Dylan vape right now. I'm really sorry, guys.
We lost viewership.
He doesn't like it.
We're losing viewerships. Okay, well, that's all I had on scooters. Did you want to play? Well, again, St. Paul banned them because there's regulations now. Minneapolis is like, well, okay, we'll try it. But they're everywhere, downtown, anywhere. In Uptown, you can find them pretty progressively everywhere.
That's
which is
pretty cool though.
Yeah, I'm super into it. Shut up, you guys. I'm the next bird. The bird is the word. Well, I gotta help Dylan pull up this thing.
You're more
Oh,
of
we
a-
still got the video.
You're a vulture.
Oh, you're gonna play it again?
No.
Just in case
Jeez.
no one understood what is happening.
Man.
And
All
there's a
right.
bell
I have
too.
the article.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, just real quick. City of St. Paul removing bird scooters.
Starting tomorrow. Fox 9's Alex Laynard is in St. Paul live with that
Yeah.
story. And Alex, why are
So-
they
That's
what they're
taken
saying.
off the street?
Okay.
Is it just because it's dangerous and people are going to be swerving
Well,
in
the
roads?
city of St. Paul doesn't have an ordinance in place yet to regulate these types of electric scooters,
That's
so
right,
until
just like
then,
when Uber
they've got to
came.
go. And in fact, if city officials see them on the sidewalk starting tomorrow, they will be impounded.
Yeah.
Now, these scooters are also in the city of Minneapolis, and officially after a meeting this morning, the city council saying there, the scooters are okay to say. They appeared virtually overnight.
If you just ride them over the border.
Literally overnight,
Bird
you guys.
electric scooters.
I think the big question was, what was the city going to do? And so I think it makes sense to have them here as long as there's some type of regulation in place.
The city of Minneapolis getting ahead of the game.
Dude, that's me.
They would be looking at us
Jaywalking
as a
on the
place where we
scooter.
can operate. And so we thought, why not create a framework?
Friday, Minneapolis City
interview spot.
Council passed
Yeah.
its low-power
Just stand at the
vehicle
bottom of the
ordinance,
stairs.
What do you expect
officially
locally?
regulating how these birds and other electric scooters can and will operate.
Did they tell you
Create a
what happens if they
regulatory framework
break?
so that they're licensed and we
Yeah,
know what's
like
going on.
you can't do anything to
And we
break
wanna
them. You have to
observe it
report
for a
them
while.
broken.
We want
Oh.
to see what happens, see where the pain points are,
He was
see
like a
what people
bird.
like about it, see if people do like
He's a
it.
bird expert.
However, not
Bird
all
law?
cities
Dude,
that
bird
have
law.
been swarmed with
Bird law.
birds are quite
He drank
ready
so much
for
crow
the new
milk.
addition.
Cities are being
According
swarmed
to
with
the city
birds.
of St. Paul, beginning Saturday, any bird found on a city sidewalk will be impounded.
They banned
City
birds in
officials
St.
tell Fox
Paul.
9 they're trying to move quickly
You
on
see
a
a
new
bird.
pilot program for the
Anyways, this is
scooters,
pretty cool.
but just needs
Dude, did you?
Dragging it along.
Yeah, she's not taking care of it. What are you talking about? There's no way she's riding that
Looks like
sucker.
they're gonna end
She's
up in the
dragging
ditch.
it.
Did you guys know they're gonna do the nice rides without stands now? They're just gonna have them like these bird things, and they're just gonna sit on the sidewalk.
People are just gonna chuck them on the ground and just
Throw 'em
walk
in the
away.
bush.
Just like renting bikes.
Yeah, this would be a bush full of fucking just bikes and scooters. It's the bird bush.
What if
Coming
you
from the guy that doesn't have a bike, you
take
know,
a scooter and drive it over the Minneapolis-St. Paul border and then leave it? They'll just have to
that's
take
rude,
it.
dude. Just it's such a boy thing, just to be like, let's destroy things, let's chuck birds off the bridge and stuff.
They banned birds in St. Paul, dude.
Oh,
We're
man.
about to bird a
D-Hog,
Georgia.
you can't go to St. Paul, you bird.
Guess
you
we're
fucking
shooting
turkey.
down the pigeons too.
Dylan Turkey Hogasog.
We're gonna do some skeet shooting with our 3D printed guns.
Oh,
my God, dude.
All right. Let's wrap it up, you guys. We got a couple more things. Oh, wait, that was my slide.
Bird scooters.
Minneapolis Internet, that was probably a slide. But let's wrap it up. So a couple more things we want to talk about. Some updates from Entitled. We've been working super hard on our own original content, as well as this new series that's going to be released in fall.
Oh, yeah.
It's very cinematic. It's very storytelling-wise. We released a couple trailers throughout the last couple weeks. What's that? Oh, do you want to talk about Bezos? We only have like 9 minutes.
We don't have to. No, we can save it for
We had a
next
couple
week.
things on Jeff Bezos because Dylan wants
loves
to talk
Jeff
about Amazon,
Bezos.
which is great. But let's just wrap it up with some Entitled things.
Cool.
So yeah, we've been releasing some trailers and some content supporting this new original content series. Super excited. We actually have a couple new members joining Entitled. Bryson Medeiros has been a videographer for us, creating and helping us doing
Super
some
awesome.
content.
Super awesome.
Yeah, great eye. We're really excited to expand the team. As we always talk about the collective, Entitled being a creative collective.
Mm-hmm.
We want to invite you to come join us and create with us, essentially, on top of the professional work that we do for businesses and local artists as well, paid work. So yeah, this is a trailer Bryson worked with us to release last night, I think it was, but it's a video shoot that we did with Jack in the first pilot series that's going to be released in fall. We're super excited, but I want Dylan to show that. We're going to pull it up here in just a second. Let's see here. Give me just a second. Cool. Go ahead and press play, Dylan.
Welcome to Invisible. Your experience is important to us. Thank you for your participation.
Ooh, spooky.
It's actually the first time I've seen it.
Really?
That's really cool. Dylan, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
It was filmed yesterday.
Oh, and it's still playing because you don't.
Oh, it played again.
Okay, well, we're going to turn that off. But yeah, cool. It's really cool. We have a lot more around that series to come. We are releasing. What? What do you want? That's live. That's what's on live. Did you need to see something? Oh, yeah, here. I got to help him out. One
I
second,
need to
guys.
stop it.
Whoa, dude, chill. Justin is losing it over here.
We don't want to talk about it too much, but I mean, we're super excited for it. I mean, this is something that we've all wanted to do and do something a little more personal instead of doing work for other people, which we still like to do, but it's a little change of pace for us. I mean,
Exactly.
going from
It's great
music
to
and
work with
concerts and
Netflix.
stuff.
Not yet.
We're not supposed to talk about that. Oh,
No,
gosh.
just kidding. We're not working Netflix. But also acting. Like we're all actors in Entitled.
Give me your best. Give me your best acting.
Look, I'll do Nick's impression of what's his name. You talking to me?
Hey.
Oh, Getter. You gotta do Getter or Nicoletti. You gotta do your Nicoletti.
Hey, talking to me, huh?
Not talking to you. Nope, not talking to you.
Shush.
So that's a do your Danny DeVito.
It's not Danny DeVito.
No, do your Danny DeVito.
I don't do Danny DeVito.
Well, you
do
look
your
like
Danny
him.
DeVito. You do a really good Danny DeVito.
You look like him, dude.
I don't do Danny DeVito.
Do your DeVito.
You do Christopher Hawkins.
No.
Do Christopher Walken.
I don't. Christopher Walken.
That's good.
That's cool.
I'll do De Niro in 2018. If I ever saw Trump in a back alley, I'd sock him a good one.
Well,
let's expand upon that.
So if you ever saw Trump in a back alley, would you go the other way or would you sock him?
If I was 20 years younger and 20 feet taller.
Wow. Really cool. Other updates or anything?
What does that even mean?
What other things did we want to bring up?
The bird.
Finish. I mean, we know we started at the beginning of the podcast with the Yellowstone. I mean, go watch that. It was super awesome. It was Justin in Yellowstone himself with a bunch of his friends, and
yeah, it's supposed to be an experience video. We want to do some travel stuff because we are so fortunate to travel a lot, and that was my kind of recap of my experience there. It wasn't too vloggy. I want to kind of stay away from that and make it more like visual.
Yeah,
which is cool. Mm-hmm. Dylan, do you have the outro queued up?
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, so that was what I did with Yellowstone. What other things do we have coming down the pipeline? A couple more videos.
A couple more comedy stuff coming up. I know we're working on one right now.
Yep. Yes, totally. Hush Buddy.
Yep.
We did a kind of infomercial, old like 90s style like type of thing.
Like Billy Mays / like all that stuff.
Yeah, Billy Mays. Yeah, definitely selling a product.
Like Djibouti Dubs, if anyone knows what that is. I mean, it's kind of like a little bit like that, but maybe a little bit more serious. But it's still funny though.
It's still good. And with our friend David Dobbins, we're really sad because he's going to be leaving us. God bless his soul. His funeral is on. No, I'm just kidding. He'll be leaving to go to Boston August 1st, but we'll be working with him until then. But yeah, a lot of different videos coming down the line. Nick is
down the chute.
Shoots.
A lot of shoots coming down the pipe.
Pipes coming down the chutes.
Wow, unbelievable, unfreaking believable.
We'll have new mics next week for sure.
Yeah, we'll need some new mics.
Just blowing them out.
Nick likes to blow his mic.
It's just bullshit.
God, dude.
All right. Anything else before we wrap it up for this third episode in our podcast? Cookies and cream.
Continue to watch.
Yeah, continue to watch. We're trying to do these once every 2 weeks or once a week when we have some time. We're always busy shooting, so it's like, man.
Whenever we can fit them in for the most part, but
yeah, we might have a special live feature this weekend actually.
Yeah, we definitely will.
Make sure to comment about everything you disagree with me on. I would love to get some feedback. So.
Quit vaping on stream.
Yeah.
Cool.
No one likes it.
Well, thanks for joining us this week. We'll be back probably in a week or so. Maybe see some shenanigans this weekend live because Nick wants to go live streaming while we're at the cabin. Shout out to Meg Doyle.
That'll be fun.
Okay, cool. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
See you guys.
Peace out.